One, we're live. Okay, wait. I gotta check if it's live on Twitch because sometimes it's weird. Are we live on Twitch?
Okay, we are.
We are live
I
on.
was checking that too.
We're live. Wait, for some reason it looks. Oh, we are live. I see myself. That is scary. Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome to our Twitch stream for today. Ooh, we're here with some new faces. Does everyone want to introduce themselves?
Yeah. Okay, I'll go. So, hi, my name is Misha. I just joined Bit Project, which we're the organization making these streams. So you should probably know that if you're watching. But just joined like in the last month, and I'm really excited to be here. But outside of that, I graduated from the University of Illinois in May, and then I started as a software engineer at Amazon this past summer. I'm not on the, I know this is like a Alexa bot coding thing. I'm not on the Alexa team though. So like I am also a beginner to Alexa, just FYI.
Awesome. Julia, who are you?
I'm Julia. I'm a community manager at Bit Project. I help develop and host workshops weekly for our community, and I'm a third year at UC Davis.
Ooh, that's really cool. And I am Daniel. I am a developer advocate at forestry.io, which is a startup based out of Canada. We make content management systems. And like a superhero, by night, I run Bit Project. I'm the president and founder. And yeah, I love building really cool stuff. And I think Misha and Julia are going to build some really, really cool stuff today. So I think we can get started. What are we building today, Misha?
Okay, cool. So the main thing that we're going to be building is basically, actually, before I get into that, the whole point of like today is showing how to actually contribute to our Bit Project repos. So one of the things we do at Bit Project is have boot camps, and today we're specifically going to be looking at the Alexa Bootcamp repo that we have. All the stuff that will be taught in the bootcamp is going to be what actually goes into the repo. So all the educational content for future students will be contained there. And today we're going to be working on basically going through some of the Alexa developer tutorials and making like a very basic skill and like kind of seeing the process of how that works. And then at the end, after that, we'll also look at how to actually like contribute to the repo. So like getting the code from the repo and then whatever we make, putting that into a pull request and that whole process. So to get started, actually, I guess, Julia, do you want to share your screen and like go to the Bit Project repo? I can send the link actually.
Can you drop that in the Twitch chat by any chance, Misha?
Oh yeah, 1 sec. I don't have it open anymore.
No worries.
Can you send me the link?
Yeah.
Share my screen.
As you can tell, we are very extremely high tech.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, so if I'm sharing my screen, okay, that's my screen. Am I going to?
I just sent the link in the chat.
It's in our GitHub.
Okay, let me. I have to find that screen again. Okay.
No worries.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so what am I supposed to do?
Okay, cool. So yeah, so this is the Bitcamp repo that I was talking about. Basically, what you see like when you first go to it, if you scroll, is the readme. And right now we have it set up so that there's like a basic objective and homework with some bullets as a description for weeks 1 through 4. So if you like scroll and like read, so we'll be working on week 1 stuff. So if we just read that, we can see like the objective is to launch your first Alexa app, which is what we're going to be doing today. So you can see that includes environment setup, and then defining the components and terms. So like there are very like Alexa specific terminology for some of the stuff that you'd be exposed to as a developer. So just getting familiar with those terms, and then using kind of some boilerplate, like a template code from the actual developer website, get that into a working app, and then if we have time, which I think we will, we'll also look at the homework options. So the homework would be basically using the same skills that we would have done in like the actual live stream part of it, but maybe like adding a different feature or like adding on to what was already created during the live stream. So students would kind of take what they did during the live stream, go home, and then either add to it or like create a different feature, and then like submit it before the next week. So first thing we're going to do is if you scroll back up, you can see that there is already a folder for week 1. So if you head over, if you click on that, it will show another README. This is basically similar to what we just saw with like the week 1 information. It has a little more details. So if you see the project description, it has that link to developer.amazon, which is where they keep all of their tutorials for different Amazon stuff. And then if you scroll down, it also has linked to relevant resources, which is also more specific to the week 1 folder. So you can see it says make a skill in 5 minutes and why build Alexa skills, which we'll probably look at both of them today. But to start off, let's first just go to the developer.amazon.com guide. Okay. I should have mentioned you might want to open that in a new tab because we'll probably go back and forth between like the repo a little bit. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yes, you can go ahead and press Alexa. Okay, cool. So basically what we're going to be doing is creating Alexa skills. So that's like the first icon over there on the left. Then, okay, cool. So if you scroll down, I'm pretty sure there should be a link to basically like a beginner, keep going down, I think. Yeah, so like a get started. So this is kind of going to be like a beginner tutorial on how to get started with Alexa. Wait, hold on. Is that the same link I had before? Let me just double check on my, I already have some stuff open on my computer, so let me just check that out.
You guys have an Alexa, by the way?
I actually don't. I feel like maybe I'll get one after this.
No need for one.
So many skills.
I have an Alexa, but I unplugged it because I didn't want it to go off every 2 seconds. That is an actual problem, guys. Because every time I talk about this project, my Alexa will not stop talking to me. It's pretty cool. But yeah. Okay. So what are we doing now?
Okay, so resources for, is this the right thing? I'm just trying to find, oh, okay, yeah, it was. Okay, so, well, first off, I guess like before we go to the actual tutorial, this page is pretty helpful. It shows how an Alexa skill actually works. And like it has like the whole diagram. It's pretty simple. Like obviously they're not going into a lot of details here because they're showing it as like a 3-step process or 4-step process. But basically, the request is like what a user would actually say to Alexa, like the words you say to your Alexa when you like say, Alexa, like what time is it or something. And then so behind the scenes, this isn't even, as an Alexa developer, you don't actually have to worry about this part, but they have their own skill interaction model that, you know, like recognizes the speech it's getting and converts it into text that we can then get on the back end and actually use. So they have that all done for us. They do that. And then skill application logic, that third step, that's what we'll actually be focusing on. So that's like the back end and front end of the actual code behind the skill. And then it goes basically back through that same pipeline, and then it outputs a response back to the user. So that's just like the basic flow of how it goes. And then if you scroll down, I think it will have a link to an actual, yeah, start tutorial. Okay, so, and I should mention before we start that this is basically intended for like someone who has never developed with Alexa could go through everything I'm going through today, and then actually, like Julia's going to do in the end, actually make a contribution to our open source repo. So even though our repo is educational content to teach people Alexa, and like as a beginner, you don't actually know how to like make Alexa skills yet. The beauty of it is that if you learn it on your own and then give that content back to us, like one, we'll get educational content for future students, and two, it'll be by someone who also just learned the Alexa skill. So that's really nice because when people are super advanced, sometimes they don't really know how to explain things to beginners. So the nice thing about getting beginners to contribute to our repos is that it's like for beginners by beginners. So yeah, so with that, let's get started. So basically the tutorial is the first two modules are more about Alexa itself, not actually building the skill. So you can like click on the first one and we can like skim through it a little bit. We don't have to read through all of it. If you were doing this on your own, I would definitely recommend reading all of it. I did before, and it's definitely helpful, like useful information, but probably not necessary just for like the live stream, this particular live stream.
Yeah. I just wanted to add in here that like Alexa skills are super fun for hackathons. So if you guys are in college or in high school and you guys want to go to a hackathon, building an Alexa app is super impressive for the judges. So you might win an award, but also it's like super easy to get started. And I think the documentation is really, really good. So
oh yeah, definitely.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, that's like another nice thing about like using something that's by like such a big company, because their documentation, like they have probably so many people working on it at any given point, and it's like very thorough and easy to understand, which you guys will see because all of this is like the tutorial is by Amazon. Yeah, so going back to the module, this one basically just gives you an overview of like the benefits of building an Alexa skill. They didn't mention the hackathon thing though, so that was a good addition. That's another benefit of building an Alexa skill. But yeah, you can like scroll a little bit and we can kind of go through it quickly. Okay, yeah, so basically it's very self-explanatory, and like feel free to read it more in depth, like if people are doing this on your own laptop. But yeah, so basically ease of access, speed and efficiency, skill monetization. That last one is really cool because like there are a lot of like businesses and different organizations that can create their own Alexa skill that's specifically related to whatever they do. And then they can actually publish that to the Alexa skill store, and then like people who already use that, whatever their product is, or like interact with that company anyway, can now integrate it into if they have an Alexa. So that's like a really cool thing that Alexa lets people do. You can keep scrolling. Just wanted to point that out. Yeah, so this is kind of just talking about like building custom skills and like what you can accomplish with the Alexa skills kit, which is what we'll be using today. So we'll like see that firsthand in a little bit. Then you can scroll down more. Okay, yeah, so basically these are just examples of some skills that you can make, or sorry, not that you can make, but that they already have models for. I don't think, maybe we'll get to some of these, I think, in like later live streams, but for now, I don't think we're actually using any of these because they all require APIs, which will be covered next week. So next week, potentially, maybe we'll make one of these. That would be fun. Let's keep going. Again, that's how it works. This one is a little more detailed, but basically the same thing as before. Like the pipeline is the same. Yeah, you can keep going.
Yeah, wait, before we keep going, can we kind of talk about this diagram? Because I think this diagram is like the diagram up there on top of the video. I think this is really cool. Should we kind of talk a little bit about Lambda functions? So who wants to take, Misha, do you want to take this one or should I take it? Or Lambda?
Take it.
Okay, cool. So Lambda functions are super cool because I learned about it. I think at a hackathon, one of my hackathon teammates actually taught it to me. So a Lambda function is like a piece of code that you run on the cloud. So whenever you like have something like run, right? Like you write a piece of code, you have to deploy it to a server. And like if you get like 1,000 requests in 1 second, you have to make sure that it's like the server is able to handle 1,000 requests. Then when it gets to like 1 or 2 users, you waste a lot of money in maintaining all of these like servers, right? So Lambda functions allow you to adjust basically your infrastructure based on how many users want your stuff. So you can you can just deploy it to the cloud and forget about it because Amazon or whatever cloud provider you use just like takes care of it. I think this is really cool because like whenever you write an Alexa skill, you don't have to worry about like making sure it serves all of your endpoints or like you just have to like upload it online and it's hands off and basically it will run your app on the cloud. I think that's really cool. I can talk a little bit more about this, but basically I think the transfer of information, right? When you talk to the Alexa, the audio gets sent to the cloud, gets processed. And then once that's processed, it gets sent to like the Lambda function for your actual code to do its job, gets sent back and then sent to Alexa. I think that happening within a fraction of a second, I think it's super cool. Yeah, but I wanted to like go over this diagram before we moved on because I think it's a really good demonstration of what and how an Alexa app works. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and like you guys will see later, like the actual code we write for the skill is like what the Lambda function is in this case. So it'll be like clearer if it's not clear. It'll be more clear later. Also, one other thing to point out, if you notice that in step 3, I think, yeah, in step 3, that arrow going to the Lambda function, it says intent. I know like earlier, I think the first diagram said like request and response, and this one is intent. They're similar, but intent I think is it's like a specific Alexa term that means like a certain that means like basically what the user's intent is, and they use it in the actual like development console. So we'll see it later, and they'll also have like a definition, I believe, in the next module. So we'll like read through those definitions, but just to clear up, like that's why it says intent here, even though it said request before. They're kind of similar. But yeah, you can scroll down a little bit. I think this is kind of close to the end of the module. Okay, yeah, so real quick, I guess, just to go over the steps. So this is the steps that they give as like the 4 steps to build an Alexa skill. The actual coding part that we'll be doing is really just step 2, and then we'll also use the testing in step 3. For step 1, designing the voice user interface, for today, we're just following a tutorial, so we don't really have to worry about the specifics of kind of the conversation flow, like how the user would talk to the Alexa and how the Alexa would respond. But in general, if you were building your own skill from scratch, obviously this would be the first thing you think about is like the actual conversation going on between the user and Alexa. So that's what they mean by designing that interface. And then 2, building is what we'll be doing, like actually writing out the code. And then step 3 is testing, again, self-explanatory. And then step 4 is certification and launch. That's another thing we're not going to do today. That's actually that's actually like getting the skill certified and having it be published in the Alexa store. So that'll be something I think it's covered in the last week of the bootcamp, but we don't have to worry about that today either. Yeah, so then if you go down, I think it'll have a link. Oh, actually, yeah, this is important. So requirements to build a skill. So these are kind of like the prereqs you would do before starting. The first thing would be signing up for an account on the developer console, which is very simple. So you can do that right now. If you just click on that link, it should take you to it.
I'll just not share my screen when I do this.
Oh yeah, no problem. I think you might need like an AWS account, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe it's free though. But yeah, you do need an AWS account to follow along.
Okay. Do you have one already, Julia?
No.
Okay, so it'll take a little bit, I guess. You might have to make that first. But I don't remember when I made mine, but I doubt it would take long, I'm hoping.
Yeah. Wait, while we're waiting, I think this is a great opportunity to turn this into a talk show. So
Oh God.
I mean, we gotta turn this, like, you gotta make lemons out of we gotta make lemonade out of lemons, you know. So Misha, like, I heard that you are an Amazon software engineer. Like, what do you do for a job?
Oh God. So basically at Amazon, I work on the RDS Postgres team. So if you guys don't know, Postgres is actually an open source database. So open source is everywhere, just a little FYI. But yeah, so Postgres is an open source database, but Amazon uses that open source database to kind of modify it. Obviously, since it's like a paid product that we offer to clients, we don't just take the database as is and make them pay for it. So my team works on kind of creating new features and extensions for that, and just creating like different ways that the client can interact with the database and like make it easier for them to use and stuff. So yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's awesome. So like in your day-to-day job, like how do you access open source? Like do you use open libraries?
So I don't use them that much yet, but I would say that's probably partially because I didn't start that long ago. So I'm like a very newbie software engineer. People on my team probably do a lot more things on a day-to-day basis than I do personally. But yeah, like obviously the biggest way we use open source is like just the database itself that we work on is open source. So we're always like, so sometimes like if we have different things that we're adding that could maybe help the community as well, sometimes people on the team will actually not only make those internally, but maybe like actually submit a PR to the open source repo itself and be like, hey, like we made this small thing and like maybe this would be helpful to the community. And then obviously the people actually contributing to the open source database, that directly affects us because every time there's like a new release of like a different version or something, we have to kind of pull that into our code and then, you know, fix whatever needs to be fixed and like build off of it and things like that. So that's obviously the biggest way. Probably there's like small tools and stuff that are open source that we use that I don't know about yet. I wouldn't be surprised because I'm pretty sure like every software engineer is impacted by open source in some way.
Yeah, that's really cool. Wait, Julia, by the way, feel free to interrupt us when you have that AWS account. But yeah,
or questions if you run into any issues.
Yeah.
I think I have to get my card. I don't know. Is this the thing?
Wait, why? What is it asking for?
Am I on the wrong login page or like sign up page?
I think you might have to type in your credit card details because like they did that for spam. But like if it doesn't work, we could just use Misha's screen. But that it'd be great if we could get it with this account. I wonder if there's student account. Well, yeah. Okay, so I think we can continue with our Daniel interviews Misha show. So yeah, could you tell us a little bit about like your journey into becoming an Amazon software engineer? Like, what inspired you to like get involved in coding and software engineering, and yeah, tell us your life story. No pressure.
Wow, life story. I've never been asked that because my life is not interesting enough to tell people about my life story, but I'll say it anyway. I think honestly, I didn't have like any exposure or barely any exposure to like programming or coding at all until college. So in high school, like picking computer science, computer engineering as like the major to apply to different colleges with was kind of just like I think I would like this, but I'm not sure type of decision because I didn't actually have coding experience yet. But it worked out well because I ended up liking it. So that was definitely a good thing. I guess if I didn't, I would have switched majors or something. But I ended up getting into U of I and I majored in computer engineering there. And then I think that actually helps solidify the fact that I liked programming because we had to take like hardware and electrical engineering classes there too as a computer engineer and like did not enjoy those as much. So that definitely pushed me towards the software side a little bit. But yeah, and then like, I don't know, like senior year, I just applied to like every job I could find. And I ended up getting an offer from Amazon, which was exciting. So decided to take it. And here I am, software engineer.
Do you have any advice for all of the job seekers who will be watching this stream after we like tonight or tomorrow? Like, do you have any advice for these people, especially during the pandemic, to find a job like as a software engineer?
I know during the pandemic things are a little bit difficult, but biggest piece of advice for anyone looking for a software engineering job is just like do a problem on LeetCode every day. I did that and it helped a lot. So definitely just practice for technical interviews. They're not easy, especially if you want to work at like a really competitive company. You definitely need to prepare. It can't just go in blind, especially because like you don't, just because you take CS classes and do well in them doesn't necessarily mean you'll ace technical interviews because it's not always the same thing. So it definitely helps to LeetCode it out.
Yeah, I think something else that helps is if you're kind of bored of LeetCode, because like when I was doing LeetCode back in the day, which is literally like 8 months ago,
Right.
I was kind of bored of LeetCode, but what you could do is you could actually start competitive programming. So there's a lot of free like coding competitions held by Google, Facebook, all the big companies. And if you just participate in them and kind of practice for them, like you can get the same skills as LeetCode because basically they're more complicated LeetCode questions, and like you win prizes and stuff if you're good enough. I could never rank because I'm a very slow programmer. But
I doubt I would either. I didn't try, but some of the people, like some people do like, I don't know, a ridiculous amount of prep for those things and like they can like think of the solution in like 10 minutes, but I am not one of those people. So
yeah, but that might be a choice for you if you're bored by LeetCode. Because I did not win anything, but it really helped me prepare for interviews.
Yeah, sometimes like competition makes things more exciting. So if you're someone who very much enjoys competition, that would probably be a more exciting route than just doing LeetCode on your own.
Yeah. Although LeetCode, back in when I started doing LeetCode, the UI looked a lot worse than what it does now. Like now you can like
Really?
run stuff. It's really cool. And like it saves your progress and stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, Julia, where are you at with Alexa? Are you able to create it?
Yeah, so I made the AWS account, so I'm doing the Amazon developer account.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah. So I think like it has you sign in with your AWS account, and then you can fill out a few forms to make like an Alexa developer account or whatever it's called.
Wait, if you're not sharing anything sensitive, do you mind sharing your screen, Julia, so we can all see what's happening? Also, I'm broadcasting from my freaking closet. I turned my closet into a live streaming like setup. So like these walls are literally my closet doors, you guys. It's
Really fun.
I'm trying to be a professional streamer who streams professionally. So thank you for supporting my journey into becoming a professional streamer. Thank you.
Yeah. All what is it, like 7
Kind of-
people watching?
You know what? A bunch of folks watch it like asynchronously, like after the stream, because I know that a lot of people are in school and stuff. So
Mhm.
yeah, we see you guys. If you're watching this later.
I saw the stream from yesterday with Kyle got a lot of views after the fact.
Yeah.
I was a couple of those, but I'm sure other people also viewed it.
Wow. Are you telling me that you're a fan?
Big fan.
Big
Big
fan.
fan of Bit Project, yeah.
Yeah, by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat, We'd love to be friends. But yeah, Julia, wait, feel free to share your screen whenever you're ready.
It asks for my developer/company name. What do I put?
Just put your own name.
Or your own.
That's what I did, like just as a independent developer.
Oh, okay.
I went to Blue Bottle Coffee today. It's really good. I got some Blue Bottle Coffee. I was feeling like a tech bro for a day.
I've never heard of that.
You've never
Is that
heard
like
of
a chain? No, I don't know.
It's like a super fancy schmancy coffee chain. And that's that.
Oh. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not from the area, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you're in New York City. Oh, that's
Not
so-
city, just New York, the state.
Wait, you're on Long Island, right?
Yeah.
So cool. Never been there. Wait, have I been to Long Island? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Honestly, probably not. I don't really know why anyone would.
Wait, I
So-
think I'm somewhere. I'll share my screen again.
Awesome. Thanks, Julia. We got through it. And then we also got to interview Misha and get to know her better. That's awesome.
So are you seeing my forehead the whole time?
Julia, don't even worry, there's nothing wrong with a forehead shot. Awesome. We're back on
Okay.
track, y'all. Woo!
Okay, cool. So you can go ahead and click the Alexa Skills Kit, since that's what we'll be using for the tutorial. And then, can you actually open back up like the tutorial itself? I think you'll have to like make a new tab because it was what used to be that.
I think I can. I think it's still on my clipboard. No, is it? No. I think I can go this way.
Yeah, you can just like go back to, I think it was the first module. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we were, I think, right at the end of the first module. There were some requirements there, so let's just double check that we have everything. Okay, so, okay. So the nice thing about this tutorial is that all of this, so the internet accessible endpoint as well as the development environment is actually included in the Alexa Skills Kit. So you don't even have to worry about getting that stuff. I think like in the future, if you wanted to make more complex things or work outside of the Skills Kit, you'd have to go back and kind of get all this. But for at least the bootcamp's purposes, it's nice that we already have it all kind of built in there. And then we're not going to be using any images or audio files or video files in the skills today. So that fourth bullet point is also not necessary for us. And then the the last one is just having an Alexa enabled device, which I don't, but if anyone does and wants to use that after following along with this live stream, you guys could do that. That would be cool. But yeah, so we're basically good to go now that we have the developer account. Yes, you can continue.
Model 2.
Okay. Okay. So again, this is kind of that first step of development I was talking about. Basically talking about how to actually design the voice user interface. Even though we don't have to design one on our own today, there are it does go over some concepts and terms that I think would be useful. So we can still go through it a little bit. If you scroll down, I think it'll start talking about things. Okay, yeah, so yeah. So these are basically like the main words that are specific to Alexa that would be helpful to know. So we can just, I'll like read through them. So wake word is what tells Alexa to start listening. So that's just the word Alexa. Launch word is launch word is a transitional action word that signals Alexa that a skill invocation will likely follow. So sample words are tell, ask, open, launch, use. And then invocation name is the actual name of the skill that you'll be using. So in like the example below, they're saying plan my trip is the invocation name. So whatever skill they're using is probably called plan my trip as well. And then utterance is just like any request spoken by the user. So that can include all of the words that we just went through above. It's more like a general term. Let's see, next is prompt, a string of tests that should be spoken to the customer. So that's basically anytime Alexa asks the user a question is a prompt. And then intent is an action that fulfills the spoken request. So yeah, so like if a user requests something, the intent will be the actual action behind the scenes taking place that like completes whatever they're asking Alexa to do. And then finally, slot value are input values provided in a user's spoken request. So we'll see this later, but like the really good examples of slot values are just like values that tell a different day or time or place. Those are all slot values that kind of give more input for Alexa to do something specific with them. But yeah, so those are the main words. Totally fine if you don't remember all of them because I still mix some of them up, but we can always reference back to the tutorial if we need to. So yeah, you can scroll down a little bit. And yeah, this is just a practice for how to identify slots. It's very straightforward, so we don't need to go through that. Okay, so I don't remember reading this part. Direction model.
Wait, so what are we trying to do? I'm kind of confused.
Oh, so I just wanted to go through this module, which basically is talking about how to design the voice user interface, which we don't actually need to do for the tutorial since it's going to tell us exactly what it is. But I just wanted to go through like the terminology in the beginning because they'll use that in the rest of the tutorial. So it's helpful to like know what they're talking about. But yeah, the rest of this is like, what?
Let's just go through a tutorial. We don't have that much time left.
Ooh, okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's move on to this stuff is just kind of more specifics about all that terminology I was talking about and some like good practices. So definitely like a good thing for people to look through on their own when you're creating your own skill. It's pretty helpful. So you can like go all the way to the bottom, but definitely if you're doing this on your own time, highly recommend reading through this because it's pretty helpful. Okay, yeah. So now this is the actual fun part where we build things. So you can scroll down. It's in a GitHub repo, but it's the same like tutorial that you've been going through. Yeah, so this is, oh, sorry. I meant like scroll down a little, not all the way. This is like basically the steps of how to start building your first skill. So it's very self-explanatory, but if you just follow along, you already logged into your account, so you can start with step 2. And
Wait,
it's yeah.
could you just like be the narrator and have this open on your computer so Julie can just share her screen and actually doing it? Would that be cool?
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
I feel like the context switching will be confusing for listeners later.
Yeah, definitely. Let me open it up on my computer. Skill.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
gonna relocate myself real quick. It's getting really dark.
Cool.
You can continue on.
By the way, Julia actually visited me at my house like yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago. And she delivered me buns and she live streamed it on the Discord. It was the weirdest experience I've ever had.
But like food delivery from a friend is always good. So
I know it's like Uber Eats without the delivery cost. I'm joking.
exactly.
So although Uber Eats is insanely expensive here, I'm like kind of sad because I can't order food all the time.
True.
It's always more expensive in the city.
That's true. You're back. Okay, cool. Well, you're not back. It is dark.
Technically, I've been here, but just moving a couple of inches so that I can.
That's cool.
Okay, have more light. Okay, I'm back.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So if you want to head over to the developer console, and then I have this same page open on my computer, so I'll kind of walk you through what you have to do to actually get started. Okay, cool. So first you can press create a skill on the top right. Or right in the middle. I didn't even see that. It's the same thing. Okay, cool. So the skill that we're building in the tutorial is called Cake Time. It's basically a very simple skill that asks you your birthday and then remembers it. And then so it'll be a custom skill. It's not part of what they already have. And let's see what else. Default language English. That's good. And then for you can keep scrolling. Okay. So you can just choose Python for the method to host your backend resources. Like I said before, it's hosted by Amazon, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about it. And then you can, is there a button to create? Yeah, create skill.
Yeah.
Create the skill. We got to have a little soundtrack to this, I think.
You can do that in the background while we move forward.
Definitely. I'll be there. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. And then for the template, we'll just start with the basic Hello World template for now. So you can continue with that. Oh, I think that might actually lead you to, the repo. You can go back. It was already selected, so you can just press, I think, continue. Yeah.
Making sure I'm not a robot or something.
It's important, I guess. You don't want robots.
Me, but I'm like super bad at like capture stuff. I can never get it correctly. Like I feel like sometimes I'm a robot. You know.
So I feel like the picture ones are a little confusing sometimes.
Because then when they get like a little corner of like the traffic light, you don't know if you want to click it or not.
Right? Like I don't know what they want from me. There's no clear instructions there. So hopefully this won't take too long to create.
Ooh, it's creating our Alexa hosted skill. That's super cool. Alexa.
Maybe it's my slow internet.
That's okay. It finished eventually. That's what matters.
It's okay. You're being relatable to our audience because I have very slow internet.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what we're looking at now is the Alexa Developer Console, and it's really nice because it kind of has basically a very simple UI and like everything you need to build a skill, at least a basic skill, which is what we're doing. So starting off, you can go to the code button at the top. Okay, cool. So this is the Hello World template that we chose before. This is basically the Lambda function. If you guys remember from the diagram that we were talking about earlier, this is the Lambda function that actually handles what the Alexa skill is actually doing. So, okay. So if you look at the, what is that first class called?
Launch request handle.
Do you mind command like plus button to like zoom into it, or the control plus? Is that a thing?
No, that will do the whole browser. You don't want to do that.
Oh wait, that's better. Yeah. Cool.
Oh, like that? Because that does the whole browser.
I think that's fine. I think we just want it to be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a big deal.
Okay, that's good. No.
No, it's max.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. So if we look at the launch request handler, that's like the the class that actually gets in like the what's it called, like the input, and then it decides what to do about it. So can handle is basically just a function that, and we don't have to like actually do anything for this one, but basically if you see it says return askutils.isRequestType launch request. So basically that's just checking if the request that we just got is a launch request. And if it is, it'll return true because this class is the launch request handler, so it can handle a launch request. That's what it's for. And then the handle function is what actually does the action of whatever you want the skill to do when you get that first launch request. So for now, it says like the hello, I guess their version of Hello World. But what we're going to do is we're going to make it say, here's the actually, I'll just read it out. So this is the code that you want to replace in the speak output. Basically, it says, hello, welcome to cake time. And then it says that was a piece of cake, bye. But we're going to be changing that kind of soon. So like, it doesn't matter, whatever you want to put there. But yeah, so basically what this is doing is it's telling Alexa what to say once this skill is launched. And then if you see in the return statement, the .speak and then speak output, that's what actually tells her what to say. And then there's also a .ask, which we would use if we were asking a question. But for now, we're not. So we can actually comment out the .ask line for just for now.
I'm just giving myself some FOMO on Discord, but was I supposed to edit this one?
Yeah, just comment the .ask out that one line.
No, the one line.
Yeah. Oh,
sorry,
ask.
I think the wrong one.
Yeah.
.ask, yeah. Just.
All right, cool. Yeah, so because it's not asking a question yet, which we will in a little bit. Okay, so yeah, so we did that. Sorry, I don't like have the tutorial memorized, so I just need to read it a little bit, even though I've done it. Okay, response builder. Okay, we did that. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. The next step is just saving. Do not need to read for that. But yeah, so you can go ahead and save the code, and then once it saves, okay, now you can press deploy. Cool. I'll give that a second to load. Okay, cool. So now we have like a very simple launch request thing down. We can actually go over to the test tab at the top and use their basically they have an Alexa simulator, so you can, even if you don't have an Alexa device, you can still test out what your skills do. So, okay, so first you can go to that drop down and select development instead of off. Awesome. Okay. So basically the way this works is in that like little text bar on the left, you can type in what the user would be saying to Alexa. So for our case, this skill is called, or sorry, the skill is called cake time. So you can type in open cake time.
Like that?
Yep. And then you can press enter.
Cake time. Woo.
Here's the skill Cake Time by No. Hello. Welcome to Cake Time.
Oh,
What is your birthday?
That was mine.
yeah, no, that definitely was not yours. I actually forgot. I came across this issue when I was doing it a little bit ago as well. So there's like one thing that I guess no one ever put in the documentation, but if you go to the build tab real quick.
I have to remember to clip this so we can send it to the Amazon people and tag them.
They actually, so their documentation is open source, and when I was looking it up, they already had someone like put in a PR to fix this or like to add this, but no one like looked at the PR or accepted it, so it's still not in the documentation. So I don't know when that's going to get figured out, but anyway.
That's the perils of open source, y'all.
Yeah, gotta actually check these PRs if you're a maintainer. Okay, so you can press invocation name on the right. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So it's literally named changeme, and they didn't tell us to change it in the documentation. So normally you would change this to cake time because that's what our skill is supposed to be called, but now that I think about it, even when I did that, I was still having like weird issues, and I like checked online and other people also had these same issues. So for now, you can like make it like birthday time or just like something slightly different so it doesn't run into that like very specific issue of being called cake time.
Hey, how about this? This is my birthday coming up. Shameless plug. What if it's Daniel's birthday time? Let's do it.
Sure, why not? That works too.
You know, I'm trying to become famous here.
Daniel birthday.
Daniel birthday. We're just forgetting all rules of grammar here.
Okay, and then you can go ahead and build the model and then save it.
Build the model. For some reason, whenever it's building, I just think of Bob the Builder.
That has never crossed my mind when things are building, but now it will every time. Okay,
I love Bob the Builder. Oh my gosh.
it's still loading. Okay.
We should do a live stream where we all dress up as Bob the Builder. That'd be so cool.
I don't know who would want to see that.
No.
That's cool.
You can do it on your own though.
Okay.
Wow, just got rejected.
Okay, so you can go back to the test now and let's try it again. And this time, instead of open cake time, you can type in open Daniel birthday, which is our new name for the skill. And hopefully that will bypass the weird issue that they haven't fixed.
Wait, you should use the mic so we can say it out loud.
Hello. Welcome to Cake Time.
Okay, lovely. So this actually worked. We'll use the mic next time we test something. Okay, cool. So now that we have made sure it's working, that weird issue is not a thing anymore. So the next step would be to go back to the code. So like I said originally, the actual skill we want is like actually asking the user for their birthday and then like saving that information. So instead of just saying welcome, we can also add in that same like line of text. Yeah, you can add like what is your birthday or when is your birthday.
No,
You gotta,
ask.
you gotta
Alexa skill is only for Daniel.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so the next thing
I'll just say
is having, so now we can finally uncomment that ask line that we commented out before. Awesome. And then under the speak output, we're actually going to add a second variable called reprompt text. So usually, like if a user doesn't answer the first time, if anyone has actually used Alexa before, like you know that she doesn't just repeat the same thing. She kind of like varies up the way she's asking questions and stuff like that. So this is kind of simulating that. So if you add a variable right under speak underscore output, you could put a second variable called reprompt underscore text. Cool. And then the tutorial gives the following text. It says, oh, I guess this is Alexa's birthday. I was born November 6th, 2014. When were you born?
1 November.
I was born on October 13th, 1999.
Oh, wait, what was Alexa's birthday again?
November 6th, 2014.
2014. I got messed up.
Oh, and then, sorry, add after that, when were you born? Because this is going to be like her asking again. Okay, cool. And then if you go to the .ask, instead of the speak output, you can actually replace that with the reprompt text. So when it asks a question, it will ask that second line of text instead of the first. Okay, cool. And then you can save and deploy again. Okay. Well, it's still loading, but anyway, so far, like we have a skill that asks a question, like it asks the user, when's your birthday? But we haven't actually done anything for it to receive a response. So the next part is working on getting a response from the user. So for this, you'll actually head over to build. Okay. Load.
This is so exciting, you guys. Oh my God.
I'm glad you're having a good time. And then you can go press on intents. On the right, it says like intense samples and slots. Yep. Okay, cool. So actually, let me like read the exact thing so I can explain better. Okay, yeah. So basically, the intent is going to interpret how the user responds to the question. So, okay. So we're going to create a custom intent. You can call it birth, or what did they call it? Oh, they call it capture birthday intent. No spaces.
Birthday? Or like
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. They use capitals, but I don't think it matters. Let me see if they say anything. It might matter, so maybe if you can just edit that, yeah. Okay, cool. So, all right, so now we have our intent. So if you look at sample utterances, that basically, like we learned before, utterances are like what the user is actually saying to Alexa. So like a sample utterance would be like, I was born on this like month, year, date, or whatever. So that's what we're going to be putting into here. So you can type I was born on first. Maybe remove the first on.
Sorry, I'm really bad at English.
No, you're good. And then you can, so usually like if someone was saying their full birthday, they would say like I was born on the month and then the day and then the year. So instead of actually saying a specific month like October or whatever, this is where we use slots. So that's where they come in. Like I mentioned before, slots are supposed to be like specific inputs that Alexa looks out for. So in this case, the way we actually denote a slot is with the curly brackets. So if you do an open curly bracket, so it'll give you an option to select an existing slot. We don't have one yet, so you can create a new one called month. Yep, and then add that, and then do the same thing. So you could do a space and then add one for day. That's the order people say birthdays in, right? Yeah. Cool, and then year would be last. Okay, cool. And then you can press that little plus on the right to add it. Okay, cool. So now we have an intent. We have a sample utterance. And then, so one thing about these sample utterances, obviously, if a user is telling Alexa their birthday, there's no guarantee. Like, we can't assume that they're going to say it in this exact way. So that's why there's an option to add more. So you would like maybe add one to say I was born on just like a month and a day, or like without any words, someone might just straight up say like, oh, October, whatever. So those would all be like examples of different utterances that you could put in there. So we can go ahead and put a few. Obviously, we're not going to cover like every single thing anyone could possibly respond to this question. But if you do like just like a month, day, year, yeah. And then we can just like keep it that way for now. I believe the tutorial adds like a few more, but for now it's really not necessary because we're just showing that you can add multiple. Okay, so next, scroll down. If you scroll down, it'll show you the slots that you just created, right? Okay, so we have month, day, year so far. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually we're gonna select the slot types for all of them. So Amazon does let you create your own type, but for all the tutorials, I believe they just have you use their predefined ones because that's easiest. So there should be one for month. If you search month in there, it'll probably come up. Okay, cool. And then this is weird, but the other two are actually not day and year. So in the tutorial for day, you would put ordinal.
That's so weird.
Ordinal with an O, sorry. Yeah. Yep. And then for year, you would put 4-digit number.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like according to the tutorial. There's definitely like documentation on like the different types of slots and stuff like that. So if I were doing this like alone and I had questions about it, I would just Google it and probably find like some good explanations of why it is this way. We're not going to do that now because we don't have the time for it. But yeah, so those are the slots. And then you can go back up and save this model. So save what we did so far. Okay, cool. So then one other thing that we can deal with is say that a user only gave like the month or only gave the year or something like that. For our skill, we might want to require that they give like their full birthday. So the way we would do that is if you go down to the slots again and you press edit dialog on any one of them. Okay, cool. So you can actually mark that it is required to fulfill the intent. So this will force the user or force Alexa to eventually get this information from the user instead of like moving on to the next thing without having the correct month, for example. So so like it says in there, like in the grayed out text, it says, what will Alexa say to prompt the user to fill this slot? In this case, you pressed on the month slot. So like a simple question would just be, what month were you born in? So then if the user doesn't originally give the month, Alexa would further prompt them to give the month, and then we can be sure we get all the correct information. So then you can go back or scroll up actually. To go back, you can just press on capture birthday intent again. Yep. And then you can do the same thing for the other 2 slots. So that way, anytime someone uses this skill, they'll be forced to give all 3.
Cool. Do we need to do the utterances? Or is that like...
No, that's not necessary, just because for this case, they would probably just say the like one word, like month, day, or year, which we already have in our sample utterances, so it should be fine.
Cool.
Cool. So,
I didn't add it.
okay, cool. So then we should save the model again. It's good to save every time you do something important. And then if we wanted to test what we have so far, you can build the model and then go into the test just to see if what we have works. Built in progress. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, cool. So that should be good. All right, so now that we actually made all those utterances, after you open the skill again, this time you'll be able to input text in any of the ways that we defined, and it'll still it'll still understand what you're saying. So first you can open, what was it, Daniel birthday is the name of the skill. Yeah, you can open that skill again.
Daniel birthday. Wait, oh yeah. Put Daniel birthday.
Hello. Welcome to Cake Time.
Nice.
When is your birthday, Daniel?
Okay, cool.
Daniel.
And then you can respond in any of the 3 formats that we put in the utterances. So you
Try
can pick whichever one you want.
Wait, can you try holding the mic? I kind of want to see if that works.
Oh, yeah, you could try saying it.
Well, I don't know your birthday, Daniel, so I'm just gonna let it go and let her do her thing. No content.
Wait,
What
no,
was
we got
your birthday?
It's October
I don't know.
13th.
Okay.
October 13th.
October 13th.
I was born November 6th, 2014.
Got it.
When were you born?
Okay, well,
I didn't.
got some work to do. The tutorial's not over, so obviously this is not the finished product. But basically the point of what we did so far is like letting her accept a response in like any of the forms that you put in the utterances. So now that we have that, to actually make her respond to you giving the birthday, we would need to go back to the back end. So that would be the code itself. And we're going to be adding a new handler. Okay, cool. So actually what, oh, it has hello world stuff. Okay. Okay, so we're actually just going to replace one of the hello world handlers. So there should be one called hello world intent handler.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're just going to use that since it already has the template, but you can change the name to capture birthday intent handler instead. So this will be the one that actually takes whatever birthday that we give it and does something with it.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. So read through this real quick. Don't remember. Okay, so, oh, right, one other thing, just change the, in that return line, the first return, change hello world intent to capture birthday intent. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have the can handle. So again, that'll check if what the intent that Alexa just got is a capture birthday intent. And then if it is, it'll return true and it'll move on to the actual handle function. So for the actual function, oh, this is a lot of reading things out loud to you. It might be better if I like copy and paste this to you, actually. I'm going to do that instead.
Or maybe I can see it somewhere. I think here, right?
Yeah, but well, we're on the next module, so we'd have to. Here, let me just. I'm just gonna send it to you. It's probably easier. Okay. Okay. Okay, I just sent it in our chat. Let's see it.
I just copy it. And then...
Okay, so you would paste that right below the handle definite like def handle function. Oh, that's annoying that it didn't enter it for you. Okay, cool. And then we're going to update the speak output. So, oh, sorry. So the speak output should actually go below the stuff you just pasted in. Okay, cool. That way it can actually use the intent or use the data it just got. So basically what you just pasted in is going to get those slots that we defined, whatever the user set in place of those, it's actually going to get those values. So now we have them in the year, month, and day variables. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have Alexa respond to that and be like, what does this say? Oh, okay. So you're going to replace, for speak output, put, thanks, I will remember that you were born on, and then actually just do that first. Okay. Okay, and then you can put month in curly brackets. And then do the same for day and year. Okay, and then outside of the quotes, you can do dot format in that same line, yeah. And then just set month equal to month, day, and year. Okay, cool. Yeah, so after this, Alexa should respond with the birthday that the user just gave. And then I think, oh, they already commented out the ask in that one. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is fine. There's one last thing I think in this module. Oh, okay. And then if you scroll down, there should be a line that says like SB equals skill builder. Maybe further down. Or you can like search for it too, actually, not that oh, okay, there we go. Okay, so for the hello world intent handler, just change that to the new name of the capture birthday function that we just made. Okay, cool. And then, okay, yeah, so that's all that we needed to change. Then you can save and deploy it again, and then we can actually test it and see if she actually responds back to us. Hopefully she should. Otherwise, we definitely did something wrong, but we're about to find out. Okay, cool. So you can just like go ahead and do like the open Daniel birthday again to start it up.
Hello, welcome to Cake Time. When is your birthday, Daniel?
Okay, and then yeah, you can type it. You don't have to speak it.
I was born November 6th, 2014. When were you born?
Might be because you possibly spelled October wrong.
Yeah,
Hopefully that's why.
I think so.
Debugging is the funnest part.
Yes, love testing and debugging.
Oh, I think I have to reopen it. Is that so? Yeah.
I don't think you should have to. Wait, do we have something like a command to respond after being like, cool, your birthday is October 13th? Or is that it?
Yeah, so that's what we're testing. We do. That's what we're testing right now. But did it just do nothing?
Yeah, I think it did nothing.
I'll try to open it again. Oh, it went gray.
Maybe you just can't do it like more than once. So I guess go like so yeah, like go back to test. That's weird. I did not know that it wouldn't let you do that.
Sometimes technology is so smart, and sometimes it's just like very interesting.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. Okay.
Hello, welcome to Cake Time. When is your birthday, Daniel?
October 13th. Or 13th.
I think either one is okay.
I was born November 6th, 2014.
Okay.
When were you born?
Let's go to... Actually, can you try typing October 13th one more time, and then we can, if that still doesn't work, we'll go back and try to figure it out. Okay, so she's confused, I guess. Okay, so first, I guess I would say let's check the invocation, or sorry, no, not invocation. There's so many Alexa words. The utterances that we defined before, and just like double check that this one should work.
What was it? Build.
Oh yeah, sorry, it was build.
Location name. Yeah, it was an intent.
Yeah, the intent. Oh, if you go down to interaction model, sorry, no, not down. It's on the side, on the left. Yeah, and then under intents, you should be able to find it. Yep.
Oh, it wasn't one of them. It was.
Oh, okay, so that makes sense that it wasn't working. But yeah, so that was real life debugging we just saw. The reason it wasn't working is because it wasn't supposed to work. So that's always fun. So yeah, let's just retry it with a different format, and hopefully that should be good.
We should put that on a t-shirt. That
Hello,
was real life
welcome
debugging.
to Cake Time. When is your birthday, Daniel?
Oh, that is just jarring. The year.
Specifically asking you.
I know, but I feel so
I was
special.
born November 6th, 2014.
Oh, now that I think of it, it doesn't
Be
say
just
this. I
13?
don't think it says it in the documentation, but I don't know if it'll accept for the date. You might have to write out 13.
Or like 13?
Should we try like
Yeah.
October 13 without the th?
We should do New
Oh, I
Year.
mean, we could try that too. Yeah.
Because you wouldn't type out 1999 as again.
Oh, I hate how it doesn't let you just keep going.
Maybe we're doing it wrong, but
Yeah, but then also,
Hey,
yeah, it's true that you
Ryan.
wouldn't type it out, but
Oh, hey, Ryan. Oh, fuck, I know Ryan.
Hello.
Oh, wait, I
Welcome to
shouldn't-
Cake Time. When is
Hey,
your
Ryan.
birthday, Daniel?
and they were roommates.
Wait, Ryan and I weren't roommates. I think I met him. I don't know. Where did I meet Ryan? I don't remember.
Oh, you mean like on
Thanks.
Oh,
I
there's
will
the-
remember you
okay,
were
yeah.
born on October 13th,
Oh,
1999.
lovely.
Oh, it like
Okay, cool.
translates the writing for us.
But nice to see you, man, Ryan.
All right,
Hold on.
nice. So successful. We finally got a response from her. So Daniel, do you think we should do the next part? Because I know it's kind of late.
Yeah, let's just make our first open source contribution. I think we can call it a night. And I think next time we know this is like our second day streaming, so we are very new at this.
Yeah.
So we can figure this out eventually, I promise.
Yes. Yes. It's all about managing our time and probably testing a little bit of the stuff out before the live stream. But yeah, okay. So basically, I'll just say what the next part would have been though. And like anyone can just go to the documentation and like the tutorials and do it themselves. But basically the next part, so we had her respond, thanks, I will remember that you were born on whatever day. But we don't actually have code that makes her remember that day. So it's a kind of a lie until you add that next part. So that's what we would have done next is basically go through the tutorial and basically have it so that she has like a memory and can actually save whatever birthday that the user tells her. So yeah, I mean, we can either, I don't know if we would do that next time because we'd probably want to move on to other stuff, but at the very least, it's in these tutorials and eventually whatever code we push to the repo would have like the full functioning Alexa skill that would include that part. So yeah, let's like for now move on to going back to the actual repo.
Wait, would you mind if I share your screen, Misha, instead of Julia's?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So now your screen is live.
Oh, okay. I forgot it happens that quickly. Okay, so in general, I guess I'll just walk through how to like fork this and stuff. Is that what we're doing? Okay.
Working.
Yeah. Okay, so where am I? The project Alexa. Oh, yeah, also this is a good time to mention we actually have another repo on the Bit project GitHub that walks you through exactly how to do this. So like anytime you want to clone a repository and do any of this stuff, it's the same steps regardless. So it's like a helpful little doc for people to reference. But anyway, going back to this. Yeah, so this is the Alexa Bitcamp repo on the actual Bit project GitHub. But if I want to, as like an independent developer, if I wanted to take this code and then add something to it myself, first I would fork. Okay. Oh, is it loading? Did that work? Oh, it did. Okay. Yeah, okay. So now that I forked, you can see like on the top left here, instead of having Bit project here, it says my username. So it's the same exact repo and stuff, but it's a copy and it's in my own account now. Yeah, so now that I have this, I can actually, yeah. So if you go to code and then go to this right here, This is a link to the actual repo, and you can copy it and then terminal. Is that too small?
Yeah, you might have to click Command plus.
Yeah, it's a, hold on.
Ooh.
Is that good?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay, cool. I don't actually know. Okay, I'm just gonna make a thing real quick. Oh, did that not work? Oh, ugh, that's annoying. I don't know how to make it so that I can put a space in there, but whatever. It's just called a bit now. Fine. Okay, so now that I have like a folder open and ready to clone this repo into, what I would do is I would say git clone, and then this URL that I copied, you would paste directly into here. Oh, why didn't that work? Inactive development. Do I not have Git? Oh, no, I do. Like, why will this work instead? Literally have never run into this problem before. I don't even know what this issue is. Do you happen to know what the problem is so I don't have to look it up?
I'm a noob, so I just usually run like GitHub desktop because I'm a noob.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
No, I just usually run GitHub desktop.
Oh, I've like never done, I've only ever used the command line for this stuff. And I still haven't ever had this issue, so I don't like know.
Yeah, I think it's time to call Professor Stack Overflow.
Yeah, I'm just gonna.
Invalid active developer path. What is that?
Okay, let's see what this says.
Oh, you have to install Xcode. Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, I thought I already had that installed. Oh, even if you had it installed before, you might have to re-register. Okay. Guess we're just gonna copy
You're just
paste.
like live bugging here today. We stand.
Oh man. Okay. I hope this doesn't take a long time. This bar is loading very slowly, so this might take a little bit. All right. Well, at least next time this won't happen.
Oh, yep.
Why? Can't install the software because it is not currently available.
What does that mean?
Why not?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Should I share my screen, I guess, or should I clone it?
Yeah, honestly, if you want to just show, you just have to show how to clone it and then.
Yeah. Could you send me like the link to the file on Slack or something, so I can just like upload it? You know, I can just share
The link. Wait, sorry, what link?
Wait, the file that we're going to upload to our open source repo. Like, are we gonna add the files?
Oh yeah.
We can do this. I promise. I feel like we're like running around.
We like got two professionals here, and they're like, I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
Professionals here, you know.
Yeah. So, Julia, if you want to just get that file, like the main code file we were working on in the developer console, that would have been the file that we actually upload to the repo.
So
and then,
the Lambda function file?
Yeah, because that's the only one we really did anything with.
Is there a way I can download it?
I think there should be a way to download it. Is there?
I think it's like a download skill. I'm trying to do it. Let's see what it gives me. Hopefully a Python file.
Worst case, if there isn't, I guess like when all else fails, just copy and paste it into a Python file and like do it
Yeah,
that
let's
way.
just do that instead, because
Yeah,
Okay.
it's late, y'all, and I want to eat some food. So yeah,
Yeah, fair.
we promise we will be more prepared next time. We promise.
Yeah, just like slightly more organized and faster with things that we don't need to spend time on.
Definitely. Okay, let me know when. So all I did was I'm a noob, unlike our great friend Misha here, because I like to use GitHub Desktop, and it's this really nifty, really nice looking tool that like you don't really have to do anything. Like you don't have to worry about the command line because all you have to do is just do it directly in this nifty app. So if you don't like using the command line, just like me, it might be a good investment to download. Wait, it's free by the way. I feel like
yeah, it's free.
saying it's an investment implies that it's value.
I'll just send the file to you, or who do you want? Who wants the file?
You can send it to Daniel
Let's
since
do it. Send it to
I'm
me.
having weird issues with my thing.
I'll still hack it to you.
Let me know when you send it. Do.
You'll get a notification.
Ooh, Julia just sent me a file. Great. Awesome soft pants.
Awesome.
Okay. So all I have to do is drag this file into the live stream folder, and I have to do code. Awesome. So that I committed to code. Make sure you uncheck the BS stores because that is extraneous information. And yeah, the commit message was during our awesome live stream today, it did a partial working Alexa that Alexa skill.
Yeah.
Personalized for Daniel.
Okay, cool. And we're going to create a new brand. Wait, are we gonna? No, we're gonna.
Oh, actually, Alexa already has like that set of issues. So if you want, like this, basically this isn't complete, but it kind of goes along with like the week 1 live stream content issue.
Yeah, I might have to pull it again because I cannot commit directly to master because our friends do not have that access. So I have to. 1 second.
Oh yeah.
I have to undo everything. Sorry about that. I feel like today's live stream is going really, really interestingly.
Just like
Sorry about that.
a small amount of technical difficulties, but it's okay.
Small, yeah. I feel like we're
Real
even
life like that.
Live stream.
Nothing's perfect when you're actually trying to do something.
Added
True.
story of my life. Love it. Oh shoot, okay.
Also, software engineering is just constant technical issues and debugging, so
Committed.
it's very, very indicative of what a future in software engineering could be. This live stream. I'm just kidding. It'll be better.
Will it though? Will it?
Oh, I mean, I hope so because I'm only 2 months in, so I don't really know yet.
Okay, cool. I just pushed to the repo, and I'm going to submit a pull request just to be like, hey, bros. So I'm going to create a pull cause. Wait, what did we create? So started first draft.
First draft, writing an essay.
Live stream of the live stream code to build an Alexa app. So of Daniel's birthday. We need to create the pull request. And then we're going to link an issue for live stream, the week 1 live stream content. And then we are going to assign it to me and Misha. Misha, what's your GitHub?
Oh, it's M Patel 17. Yep.
You figured that out. Like apparently I can't assign you.
Oh, maybe because I not actually I don't know.
I will figure that out. But yeah, so we did that. Okay, what is missing though? So we have to look at it. Okay, so cool. We committed the Lambda function and now we have to write a README file. Woo! Okay, cool. So who wants to take a stab at writing the README today? So what did we cover today? So what is in the file? So what was the objective of this code?
Um,
You take it.
Getting Alexa to remember Daniel's birthday.
Alexa, remember Daniel's birthday. Great. Great.
Customization.
Awesome. Implementation. Can one of you send me the link to the tutorial we used today? Because we always want to cite our sources, you know,
Oh yeah.
especially if it's open source, because everyone is able to like, it's like free for the public. We want to acknowledge all the awesome people who have worked on it. So especially that's a good idea in a README. Always acknowledge the people who have helped you. And then we can be like, implementation. We followed introduction to Alexa tutorial. And then yeah, I think this is a good start to a README. Mark down. And I'm going to save it, send it here. README should be here. Implementation. Wait, did you send it to me, Julia, or?
I
No.
also put it in the chat.
Awesome. That's good. So we can be Alexa tutorial. Let me see if this is is this the right syntax for Markdown? Do I need quotes here? I forgot.
Honestly, it's kind of small. I can't see.
Oh. Do I need to put quotes here? Like for the link? I forgot.
The link you can just put in parentheses. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, or is it?
You should be good.
Let's try it and then see if it works. So added a README file. Also, feel free to contribute to this. We want you to contribute to this because we want you to get experience contributing to open source like we're doing. Oh yeah, okay. Added a README file. So me and Misha and Julia will be contributing to this like the whole week. Okay, I will figure out what's wrong. Apparently, okay. Mark.
Yeah, I'll definitely like be working like this week and weekend to kind of fix it up and like make it what it should have been after this live stream, but wasn't because of like other issues we had. But yeah, like for anyone like who watches this video within the next few days, like hopefully by the end of the weekend, you'll be able to go to the repo and it'll actually have like a more fleshed out README and like the code itself will be finished.
Yeah. So for some reason, it is not showing up here, but I'll investigate that later. But yeah, that's pretty much like what we did today. So just to recap with everyone what we did, we followed a tutorial on Alexa's website to program our own Alexa skill that remembers Daniel's birthday, which is coming up really soon. I'm turning 21. Woo! Okay, cool. And yeah, and then we committed the code that we did with a README to our Bitcamp Alexa app, but it was not merged to master because it's not complete. So we're gonna work on it this weekend. And next week, we're gonna work on more stuff with Alexa skills. Yeah, so please join us. We're live streaming every day at 6 p.m., sometimes 7 p.m. We have a lot of live streams. Yeah, enjoy when you can. And then, yeah, we hope you learned something today. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining.
Yep.
Yeah, have a great rest of your day, y'all. Bye.